Hey everyone, Carl back with Littleroot Lessons, bringing you a deep dive on Alolan Marowak. Alolan Marowak is a Alolan variant of Marowak, which originally is a ground type, except this one is a ghost and fire type based off of the fire dancers from Polynesian islands and things like that. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications for when new videos go live. Comment down below who you want to see me cover next week. I think I might cover Togekiss and Cinderace and some other cool stuff from Series 5 that's starting to pop up if no one is interested in anything specific. So yeah. Let's get into Marowak. So Marowak is a Fire Ghost type that is fairly slow, used in Trick Room strategies most of the time or as a counter to Trick Room. It can also be used as a Lightning Rod Pokemon, which most people don't think about when you think about Alolan Marowak, being like, oh, that thing has Lightning Rod, which is really, really cool. It boasts very high physical defense, decent attack, and its typing makes it a very powerful threat currently, having access to ground, rock, fire, ghost, so many other types of moves. Is only weak to rock, ghost, fire, rock, ghost, ground, dark, and water, which is really, really good, and essentially just gets to absorb all electric attacks if you're playing Lightning Rod. And although it's used mainly in Trick Room and as a physical sweeper, it has other more unique uses, being a ghost type. So, introduced via the Isle of Armor in Series 5, it didn't really take off until the format got to Series 6, where they banned out a chunk of the format that was really, really good. This is where Alolan Marowak started to see a little bit more play, started to show off what it can do. PZ was very, very popular, so Alolan Marowak was a very good switch into that, just since a lot of Porygon Zs like to just spam Max Strikes all day. You could just switch in on a Max Strike, nullify it, maybe get a Trick Room off, and then turn around and sweep it. When the Crown Tundra was introduced, Marowak kind of just took a short break from being seen and played with, as everyone kind of just wanted to have new toy syndrome, as I call it, play with all the new stuff, see how it works, see how it feels. And as for Series 9, Alolan Marowak has started to kind of pop up more as we get more flying types introduced in the format. As meta, Lightning Rod becomes a much better ability, especially since Regieleki is very popular right now. And it just overall has very good defensive typing. Partners for Alolan Marowak tend to be more of the Trick Room variety stuff, so you want Trick Room setters like Porygon 2, Bronzong's another popular one that's starting to gain some steam that's really good. Outside of the whole Trick Room stuff, Alolan Marowak is usually partnered with Pokemon that are weak to electric, things like Tapu Fini, Celesteela, and stuff like that. Other partners include Rillaboom and Landorus T, as they kind of cover most of Marowak's weaknesses. Urshifu is a problem. Dark Urshifu specifically is a problem, and Landorus can max Airstream into Urshifu and deal with it most of the time. Water types tend to be a problem for Alolan Marowak as well. Rillaboom solves that problem. So it's just kind of just like unique answers to threats. As you can see on the Common Items tab, there's only one item to run on your Alolan Marowak, and it better be Thick Club. Thick Club notably doubles the attack of Marowak if it is holding it, so your 100 or whatever it is goes to 200, and so on and so forth. As for moves, a lot of the common moves are just normal physical moves. Flare Blitz, Boomerang, Poltergeist, Protect and Detect are interchangeable. This is your PSA though. Make sure to click Detect when you're making your movesets. Don't do Protect, because if you get imprisoned and they have Protect, you can no longer Protect. Just use Detect. It's just going to save you the headache. Other moves are like Shadow Bone, Ally Switch, Perish Song, Rock Slide, Brick Break. There's a ton of things that Marowak gets that makes it very useful. So, what you can see from these sets here that I have on screen is Lightning Rod and Thick Club. Those are the standard. Those are what you should be playing most of the time. There's random rock head strat things you can do with, like Flare Blitz. It's whatever. Lightning Rod is the way to go. It just absorbs all electric attacks. Regieleki just becomes neutered by this thing, since Regieleki only gets flying, dark, normal, and electric coverage. So you just usually take out half of what Aleki can hit you with. You have to hope that they're running Bounce and Assurance. Most Alekis aren't going to be doing that. The first two sets are kind of variations on a theme. They're both physical offensive sets. One of them's can be played outside of Trick Room. The first one is to be played in Trick Room. Stuff like that. The first one has access to Brick Break, so it's really good against Grimmsnarl and things like that. Second one gets access to Rock Slide. So it's just whatever you pick your poison kind of situation. The last one is where I'm starting to get a little bit cute here. We survive a ton of hits with these stats lines you see here. Put up screens, we survive more. The goal of this Alola Marowak is to be a late game. I'm going to click Perish Song, I'm going to win the game. Think of it like a late game Lapras or a late game Azumarill, things like that. It's actually really good at doing the Perish Song thing just because people don't think about having it. So if you just click Ally Switch once or twice, nullify some hits for whatever partner Pokemon you're looking to do after you click Perish Song, you end up winning the game. Cool beans. Being Ghost and Fire, Alola Marowak has very good defensive typing, but it also has a chunk of weaknesses that you need to make sure you cover for because its bulk is not that great. Water, Ghost, Rock, Dark, Ground, all of them can hit you on the special side in some form right now in the meta, so you need to make sure you have some kind of way to either buff up Marowak to where it doesn't go down, or make it to where Marowak can avoid these coverage moves. It also just covers a lot of the weaknesses in the format. Things like Celesteela have a problem with it. Any steel type in general usually cannot pick a fight against Alolan Marowak. It's really good into Regieleki, it's really good into Psychic types. You can't survive anything from Spectrier, unfortunately, but if you get Trick Room up, you can Oko it easily. So the partners for Marowak can usually just be high power picks that are just really, really good in the format. We mentioned Lightning Rod like 10 times now. I'm not going to really talk over it again, but if you need Lightning Rod and you can't play something like Raichu, Alolan Marowak is probably your option. And like I mentioned earlier, you can do things with support style Marowaks with Perish Song, Ally Switch, Will-O-Wisp, stuff like that. It has access to all of those powerful Ghost support style moves since it's a Ghost type. Beating Marowak is very easy. It's very slow and very specially defensive weak. Tapu Fini just blows through it like paper. Lapras. I'm trying to think of other special attackers. Celesteela, if it gets a Meteor Beam off into it, can just blow through Marowak. So be wary of Trick Room strategies if you see it. Rapid Strike Urshifu is another good option, it just like ignores any defense boosts that Marowak gets and just crits through it. Landorus and Incineroar are both very good options because Alolan Marowak isn't immune to Intimidate, so you can lower its attack, and both of them hit Marowak super effectively in some form. Landorus with Ground and Incineroar with Dark. And make sure to not just spam electric type attacks if you see a Marowak, because you'll just be wasting your turns. Try not to just let Marowak take over a game. So what have we learned about Alolan Marowak today? It's very powerful on the physical sides with both defense and really good attack, especially with Thick Club. And it's starting to become a powerful Dynamax threat for Trick Room teams that just want to be able to beat up Glastrier, want to be able to beat up Aleki and things like that. It has decent amount of weaknesses though, even though its defensive typing is really good. So exploit the weaknesses where you can. Make sure your Tapu Fini has Muddy Water. Make sure your Laprases can hit it and take it out when you're doing your calcs, things like that. Lightning Rod isn't the only ability on Marowak, but assume it is. Assume that Lightning Rod is there. Assume it's in the back. Do not just blindly click electric type moves with Alolan Marowak potentially being on the other side. Otherwise, you'll just lose your momentum. Cannot stress that enough. I've seen many games lost because they clicked an electric type move and it's like, oh, Marowak's out, now I've lost a Pokemon because I wasted a move. And with that being said, I want to thank everyone for hanging out and listening to me ramble about Alolan Marowak today. Make sure to check us out on Twitter. Twitter handles are there on screen. Check out the Discord link down below. It's in the description. We have an event coming up tomorrow. Still have time to sign up for it. Make sure to do that. Go to the Discord, ask about the Rumble, will get you pointed in the right direction. Make sure to remember to subscribe. I can't talk today. Sorry. It helps us out a ton. We're 9 subs away from 250 at the moment. Would love to be able to crack that 250 goal. We're also really close to getting 200 followers on Twitter. Just hint, go follow us on there if you're not following us already. So yeah, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you're at in the world. We'll see you all for the Rumble on Saturday, and next week with maybe Togekiss. Bye, guys.